Tenakoto Katoa. Welcome to Kōrero With Vaishali, where everyone comes to love, laugh, live the moment and inspires all to live our life in its authentic way, being the best version of ourselves. So today where we are? Today we are on Kōrero With Vaishali, elections for the Tron Series 8. Today we have someone for the first time who is standing for Waikato Regional Council. So, it is, you can say, elections for the country maybe, whatever you like to say, whatever you like to name this series. But for the first time on Kōrero With Vaishali, we have someone who is standing for the Waikato Regional Council, and that is Bala Tikkisetty. So, Bala, where he served for over 18 years before calling it quits in January 2024 to serve the community. So he is standing for Waikato Regional Council. So let's welcome Bala.
Thank you, Vaishali. Thanks for having me here today. I really appreciate your time.
I appreciate your time. Yes, thank you. It's really a great pleasure of mine and privilege of mine that I have you on here. So let's start. First thing first. Can you please tell us about yourself, a little bit about personal life and a little bit about professional life, as you've been working in this industry for ages? We would like to hear both views. Thank you.
That's a good way to start. As you say, I'm Bala Tikkisetty. I'm originally from India. Some 30 years ago, I immigrated. So we belong to two great nations, India and New Zealand.
So that's a privilege, isn't it?
I'm a New Zealander now.
Nice.
I'm a postgraduate with several years of advanced environmental training, and worked for over 25 years with regional councils in the country. So in addition to appropriate qualifications and relevant experience, more than that, passion for community service, passion for environment, passion for some positive change. So I sitting before you now and seeking all your support. I would like to say one thing. I'm not a politician. I'm not a seasoned politician, but I have got something to offer to the community. Community has given us a lot. So I want to return in a better way, that is service. I have been doing this community service. In fact, I am a chair. I have been still a chairman of a very big charitable organization in Hamilton. I was also chairman of Justices of the Peace, Hamilton East Branch, and several other ethnic organizations and environmental organizations I was involved with. So I have got not only the relevant subject that I was talking about, the passion and the governance experience.
Skills.
So that's a bit about me.
Nice.
I've got, of course, I live in Hamilton, Hamilton General Constituency, with my wife, my son, my daughter-in-law, and lovely little granddaughter.
Nice. That's lovely. Thank you. All right. So you're standing for Waikato Regional Council. Actually, you're the first Waikato Regional Council on our podcast, so it's really a pleasure and it's really a privilege. So can you please explain to our audience what is Waikato Regional Council you're standing for? Like just a bit of an idea so that everyone knows and understands what exactly Regional Council does and what exactly it is. Just to know a little bit further.
Yeah, in fact, Vaishali, I tell you, this is a very good question, because I have been meeting lots of people for the last 30 years, but in the last 2-3 months I have been meeting with different approach. most people are unaware of what regional councils do in the country and what city or district councils do. So, in a nutshell, if you, sorry, if I have to say, regional councils work in a much bigger geographical area. For example, in Waikato Regional Councils, in the same geographical area, there are 11 city or district councils, including Hamilton City Council.
True.
So the form and functions are totally different. And regional council is responsible for managing the natural and physical resources. Natural resources basically like water, soil, coast, air quality, and geothermal areas, and marine industry, coast and all that. In addition to that, regional council is also responsible for managing the regional transport, passenger transport.
True.
And regional council is also responsible for civil defense and climate change and the impacts of climate change. Of course, I would like to, if there is any query on that, I would like to say a few things about climate change, actually what's happening around. And those are the responsibilities of the regional council, like biosecurity, biodiversity, natural environment. And as I said, preparation for and responding to the significant weather events that we have experienced in the last 2-3 years. So those are the basic, and of course, environmental management through consenting process and all that regional councils do. So what city council does here is looking operational, like water supply, whereas we are looking water quality and availability, quality and quantity. So water supply for the city council, district councils, they are also called territorial authorities. And the waste collection, like these libraries, parks, public amenities, those sort of. This is the main difference. I would like to our viewers to note this difference. And in New Zealand, we have two-tier systems, central government and local government. Within the local government, regional councils with bigger geographical area having different and specified functions under Resource Management Act and other several acts. So what I'm saying is we function under a legislative framework. And similarly, the city and district councils have got their own functions. So please make sure that you are aware of these functions.
Yes, that's true. Thank you. Yes, as you said, it's a good way to have clarity so that you know what is. Perfect, thank you. All right, so what is your vision for the future of this region over the next 10-20 years? Waikato region is quite wider. It is really big region. So what are your plans for next 10 to 20 years if you're elected?
Yep. In my view, 10 or 20 years is very short time. I would be thinking next 100 years. Okay. Of course, we may not be here on this.
Yes, but for our planet, generations, for our. Yes.
So, particularly when we are talking of long-term plans, at least 50 years. So, I would like to see people in Waikato region are vibrant communities with economic and environmental sustainability. This is my vision. So there must be economics, there must be good environment. See, either this or that, no. It's not economy, it's not environment. Both, they must go hand in hand.
Great, thank you. Yes, when we come to that environmental and sustainable living, we'll go into depth of it. Thank you. All right, so I think this next question is a little bit related to this long-term plan 8. I would like to have your views on. So you have this experience for 25 years almost working in regional council. So what is the best you planning to bring for the Waikato? What are the specific or customized needs of Waikato? What do you think what Waikato needs?
Yeah, I would say, Vaishali, very importantly, first thing in the morning, when you get up and take your glass and turn on your tap, we expect and deserve a clean, uncontaminated water,
True.
free of physical, biological, and chemical contaminants. I don't want to go too much into that technicality, but you might remember what happened in Hawke's Bay. You might, a couple of years ago, a couple of months ago, what happened in Tasman and Marlborough area. A couple of weeks ago, what happened in Gore. People were asked not to drink water from tap because it has got more nitrates. I don't want to see our Hamiltonians face that sort of situation. And the second important point is the climate change, the impacts of that. Again, I would like to take an example of what happened in Gabriel cyclone in 2023 February. Every year we are losing 200 million tons of soil onto the sea. To be more specific, it's 192 million tons. It's huge. It is 10 times faster than the rest of the world. And if you put into perspective, Vaishali, it is about 1.7% of total world loss, despite the fact that we are only 0.1% of land mass in the world. We are losing a loss of topsoil. Topsoil is not just soil, it's gold. Our economy, farming, agriculture is our backbone, front bone, all bones. So topsoil is very, very important for our economy.
True.
But same topsoil, if it goes like what happened in Gabriel into our river systems and clog that river system and reduce the carrying capacity of the river system, what happens? Flooding. So I don't want to see Hamiltonians face that. So first thing, we will work with our catchment people, entire Waikato and Waipa catchment systems. So that comes with not only with some sort of ideological thing, but action must be followed. Ideology is not enough. I am proud to say I've got both ideology and action coupled with knowledge. So this is what is required. And you have asked 3 points, I have told you 2. And the third important for economy and environment, maintaining our natural environment, biosecurity. So we have to manage all plant pests, pest plants, and animal pests, and pest fish. So why they are important for economy? Because we get our economy, this table, this everything economy. New Zealand depends on our exports of our agricultural products. So one is farming and another is tourism. So both are interlinked. For that, we have to sustain the environment. To have the economy, we have to sustain. Boost the economy, that's my slogan. I would work for that. I would not only just, I'm not saying from my lip service, after having worked for 30, 40 years in the subject, in that side of the coin, I want to say that we have to take all decisions which impact on generations with knowledge. That's one side of the coin. And the second side, now, my experience in governance, my experience in community service, my experience in how to help our general public, our general communities to boost their economy and to sustain that economy, how to maintain the environment. So that's my strength.
Great, thank you. That's a great insight. All right, so okay, next one is a little bit again connected to communities and all our people. How do you plan to ensure that all communities including rural areas, are represented fairly in the council's decision-making process?
Okay. Yeah, I think, Vaishali, we are in a democratic country. Democracy prevails.
True.
So we have to see that democratic institutions are strengthened. This is your chance. This is our chance. So we protect our democratic institutions so that everyone can participate in the decision-making process. Everyone can participate in what is happening day to day. Then how we can promote. So please cast your vote. That's our weapon. If you want to have a change, first thing I have to do is cast my vote.
True.
And so that urban and rural can be represented. So this is, perhaps this time is very important. This needs more of different skills, different backgrounds, and different thinking ability to how best I can get my skills. How can I get different skills around the council table? This is perhaps, I mean, I've seen several elections in the past, but perhaps this is the time we should have different skills which can really lift our economy and environment. So democracy.
Great, thank you. All right. What strategies will you implement to make the council more responsive to the needs of the public?
Yeah, we have very important approach: consultation, communication, coordination, and community empowerment. These are perhaps the strategies I would promote a lot, not just for paper's sake. In reality, the practicality. I think you might have seen my slogan. I have vision, wisdom, and pragmatism. Whatever vision and wisdom are not enough without practicality. So that practicality is talk to your people. If I am elected, I'm a good networker. That's what people say for the last 30, 40 years. So with those networking skills, I get the information what our communities want.
True.
Take that. Not only just taking, consider those feedback. Of course, if there are 10 opinions, at the end of the day, we can take only one opinion for action. But certainly, we will have to listen. We will have to consider. We will have to our people's opinions. So these four, I think if I remember correctly, again, communication, coordination.
Can you repeat them again, please, those C's? They're really great ones. Consultation,
consultation, communication, coordination, and community empowerment.
Great, thank you. That's a really good C's of yours. That's amazing. All right, now coming to the environmental and sustainability.
Yeah.
What initiatives will you introduce to promote environmental sustainability in Waikato region?
Yeah, first, Vaishali, let us talk about what is sustainability. Sustainability, in my view, is managing and using the natural resources now and for future generations. So it's not just using everything and then forget about the next generation or future. So that's what is sustainability. So leaving our natural resources in a better way, our land, our soil, our mountains, our air, our coast, in a better way for the next generations. That's what I believe what is sustainability, and I will work for that.
Great, thank you. All right, you talk about climate change earlier, but you can go in depth now as you wanted to. What steps will you take to tackle climate change at the regional level?
Oh, very, very pertinent question, Vaishali.
Thank you.
Two things in my view. Historically, we have underspent on our infrastructure creation of infrastructure. You know, I may be perhaps nearer to reality now here. It seems the infrastructure deficit is around $210 billion nationally. That is a cumulative underspent in the past. So I would perhaps consider, not only for climate change environment, but for our youth, our people, creating employment in the cities, in the towns, everywhere, wherever, decentralized. So establish wise investment and infrastructure. So that's the first point. For not only we have got flood protection structures, we have to renew constantly. Otherwise, of course, I don't want to repeat and even talk too much about that. I mean, those cyclones, what's happening worldwide. And we are a very young country, and we don't want to see like that. So we have to spend wise investment in infrastructure, particularly water infrastructure. So that means you have to either renew or not either. You should renew the current infrastructure and establish new infrastructure for tomorrow's generation. My children, your children, their children, and generations to come.
Many more generations to come.
And the second important point I would consider reason-wise, as I said, in addition to water quality and availability, quantity, we should be looking at biosecurity, biodiversity, and particularly because I'm standing from Hamilton constituency, so I must see that affordable transport is very, very important. So I would look into what the transport issues are. Yeah, I would look into what the transport issues are, and as I was saying, sustainability, I would see that in all activities, the sustainability is incorporated, so that our transport system becomes efficient, so that our transport system is more accessible to everyone. And for that, I would think three important, in my, just while talking, I was thinking also, what points I should encourage for making our transport system more efficient. First, behavioral changes. So, I mean, I need not go. If I'm coming to here, if there is public transport, I should take that. If I can walk, I should walk. If I can bike, I should bike or carpool. So behavior changes must be there. And then operational measures such as like low emission transport. So invest in those issues, of course. I mean, once I'm elected, perhaps I can have more information. I will be accessible to more information and take an informed decision rather than on top of my head. But I will certainly, I've got lots of plans, thinking, I've got programs in here, but I should implement that with all your help.
Oh, great. Okay. Already, actually, you jumped into the public transportation.
Oh, is it?
That was my next question. Still, I would like to, maybe perhaps you can elaborate a little bit more. So my question is, do you think the existing public transportation is efficient for the rural people to connect efficiently to Hamilton?
In my view, there is always a room for improvement.
Definitely.
And in particularly when it comes to transport is the second biggest sector where more emissions, more greenhouse gases are coming up, because that's what we are talking of, climate change. That's why I was talking about transport.
Yes.
So low emission, like, I mean, I know there is an inter-regional rail systems. So perhaps I would revisit and take cognizant decisions, informed decisions there, promote that interregional transport, so where the rural communities are connected, and more than anything, whether we are servicing our communities properly or not, rather than just, I've got so much of budget, I'll spend that. No, whether that is worth
Making
spending,
difference.
whether that is making any difference to my people. So those sort of things I would like to consider, but certainly one of the important ways is rail, interregional rail, train system. You take any country in the world, developed or fast developing countries, their rail system is fantastic.
What do you think of our two here? Is it working?
Yeah, it is working, but I can't say it is economically efficient now, but it would be, provided all of us support. See, I can take examples of overseas, but if you like, we will not, but any country you take, say I come from India. India has got the largest rail system in the world. And India, if I'm correct, about 6 to 7% of growth. That is the fastest growing country in the world, and Hamilton is the fastest growing city in the country. So we have to take, see, goodness is good and bad everywhere.
Yes.
We have to take good and leave the bad.
Very well said.
So what is good here? So low emission transport, change the behavioral changes, and invest wisely in interregional rail.
Great, thank you. All right, okay. I think you already covered pretty much about the transport. The kind of work I think Regional Council does, my questions are just jumping into each of your answers actually. I feel like that. But still, I will just go on this maybe a little bit quick if you want to just give your views on. What are your plans for improving regional infrastructure such as roads, public transport? Any plans for that?
Yeah, definitely. That's what I was saying.
Yes,
there are, interregional transport management system is there. Yeah. So wherever we have to take, doing by ourselves is one way, and taking efforts from everyone and joining together is another way. I would prefer the latter.
Teamwork, dreamwork.
Yeah, teamwork. And that would, the first thing when it comes to transport, I would try to explore the possibility of how best we can, with cost effectiveness everywhere. Definitely. So spend same dollar and how best we can get more service. How can I provide more service to my community? So we have to consider the CPI and then the inflation and all that. But at the same time, I am assuring you, Vaishali, I will work for strict accountability. Everyone says that. But how? With knowledge, because knowledge is power.
Definitely.
So I'm not saying that I would change or earth-shattering changes will be there tomorrow night. No.
It takes time.
But I will put all my efforts in putting that foundation first so that it takes its own course. So that means what? That means good, transparent accountability, strict financial management, and more than that, essential services. See, there is a saying, I don't know, they're saying in Indian, if you do more work, there will be more problems. If you do less work, less problems. No work, no problems. Those two are not the options for me. I will do more work with less problems.
Okay, great. Saying that, when you're doing all these infrastructure developments, how you will ensure that rural areas are not left behind in all this process?
Yeah. Now, because I'm standing for Waikato Regional Council, as I said, Waikato is a very big area. Rural areas are very important for our Hamiltonians' well-being, because I don't want to get up flooding everywhere in Hamilton. So for that, I must do catchment works in rural areas. So as I said, Waikato and Waipa catchments are very important for Hamiltonians. So first, the catchment works, the flood control measures, assets that protect our well-being and our biosecurity, biodiversity, and above all, the public-private partnerships. So with that, we will promote, we will invest, we will see that our youth get good employment out of that. So somebody, you may just ask me, oh, Bala, you are an environmentalist, but how economy you are talking more? Because as I said, I'm repeating also, these two, economy and environment, they go hand in hand.
Sure.
So rural areas will not be left because they are in the game, because their well-being is Hamilton's well-being also. Because that soil, all the catchment soil, if it goes and reduces the carrying capacity of Waikato River, what happens? Water has to go somewhere.
Sure.
And, sorry, not only carrying capacity I'm talking, which leads to flooding, but your marine biodiversity, your fish, your aquaculture, your ecology is disturbed.
True.
So that's why rural communities are very important for well-being of Hamilton.
Great, thank you. Very well explained. All right. How will you strengthen the council partnership with Maori communities and EV in the region?
Yeah, I mean, as far my knowledge goes, Waikato Regional Council is well into and implementing the treaty. Personally, also, as I said, we are working under a legislative framework. So we have to respect and promote the Treaty of Waitangi. I am all for that.
Great, thank you. And what are your plans for supporting local businesses?
Yeah. I would perhaps work for promoting the access for capital for local businesses and say establish skill development hubs. It's not, of course, I've got a couple of masters, and it's not only that issue. The trade, what people need. So establish skill development hubs. So in on-job training programs, and very importantly, as I said, access to capital. So work with, for all these things to happen, those people-public partnerships. So get everyone in the game. You are one of the players. I am one of the players.
Sure.
So get all people, then team. See, in a team spirit, it's 1 + 1 + 1 is not 3. It could be 100.
Sure.
So that's what I do. So establish a very good job training programs, establish knowledge hubs, and establish the good environment or congenial environment for capital accessibility. And for all these small businesses, I'm not saying regulations are impacting, but they are there. That is the reality. And that is what is, as I said, again I'm saying, we are working under a legislative framework. So streamline the regulations so that small businesses are flourished.
Great, thank you. Real good plans there. All right. What measures will you implement to ensure that communities have access to quality healthcare facilities and services?
Of course, direct health care is not regional council's subject. But again, water quality, because you have asked that question, so I have to go a little bit into water microbiology. So when we drink, not only these nitrates and phosphates, sediment and all that, but biological contaminants like Giardia, Cryptosporidium, Campylobacter. All these are telling against your health. And our all water bodies, not only rivers, the secondary streams, lakes, and that's our way of life here in the country. We go and play there or just, evening walks or morning walks, whatever. So all those things, the regional council's responsibility. They are safeguarding. So monitor and manage. Monitor and manage. So water monitoring, soil monitoring, and managing those to see that our natural resources are held and held high with quality.
Perfect, thank you. Now, as we're coming to the end, we have a few interesting questions. So, what are the top 3 things you think Waikato region needs right now?
First thing is, I would say, wise investment into flood protection structures. And second, water quality and quantity, access to water. So regional council does that sort of consenting and all that. So water quality is important. As I said, first thing in the morning, I get up and wash my face, brush my teeth and drink a glass of water. That must be uncontaminated with any of the physical, chemical or biological contaminants. And all our communities deserve that. And third important is, as I said, explore the possibilities where the economy is boosted. I don't want to repeat all I was trying to say some 10 minutes ago. So those sort of establish very good skill development hubs and on-job training programs. And very importantly, what I do in Hamilton for Hamiltonians is environmental education, school, so school children, so promote that. So these are the few things that we can, but I don't think we have got direct connection for management of health, but indirectly we have got.
You can be the biggest support.
Yeah, water quality.
Advocate.
Quality.
Perfect, thank you. All right, as you have a real big region, I would say, what if you are given $5 million worth grant right now?
So
what would you use it on? Yes, go ahead, sorry.
You want to give cash or? Yeah, $5 million if I got today. I would spend in Hamilton, first thing, all our gully structures in Hamilton, they are the buffers for flooding. I will protect them. I will protect them with very good strategic planting. So, very good, either shelter or, either native plants or not, just planting trees. It is strategically, there is a science behind that for every species, every planting, different modes of planting. So different species of planting where they are required. So I would perhaps do that first. So that would enhance not only our biodiversity in the city, that would not only give a very good, recreation in the city, but it would give more buffer. It would take more buffer for any severe weather events. So that storm water should go properly, that should not clog. So those sort of things I will consider. And if anything is left in that,
okay,
I would spend in Hamilton promoting environmental education, because they are tomorrow's citizens, tomorrow's generations. So they should have, I would like to inculcate environment and economy. These are the two wheels on which you are traveling. So do not neglect anyone.
Sure.
So how best we can boost environment, boost economy, and how best we protect our environment to sustain this economy. So I would like to perhaps inform our high school children particularly, of course, everyone, but particularly I. So I don't know how much is left after I spend all this.
Now you have really good plans there. And yes, I think that's pretty much us. Do you have any message for our audience? Would you like to say anything, any personal message that you want to pass on, please?
Yeah, I would say, please cast your vote and look for a positive change. For example, I said, I'm not asking straight, just vote me. I'm not a politician, I said perhaps in the beginning itself. But if you think Bala has got something to offer, not only because of his knowledge and wisdom, because of his ability to take correct decisions which impact on everyone, then tick for Tikkisetty.
Great. Thank you, Bala. Thanks for coming on Kōrero with Vaishali. It's been a great privilege and to know your plans, your knowledge. Thanks for sharing with us. It's really amazing. Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me here and giving your valuable time. And I wish all our Hamiltonians and Waikato people and our great country, New Zealand, all the very best and have a economic and environmental sustainability.
Perfect. Thank you. Wish you good luck. And yes, Hamiltonians, please, doesn't matter whom you vote, check campaigns and please vote. Thank you.